how may I help you?
You're looking for a teacher here?
Teacher? Yeah, please come inside.
It's Villain, there's a teacher here who claims he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah, then you are the right place.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Please, shall we?
I have done my PhD already. I told you I did my master's, right? You know what I learned? I did finance. My first degree, I did economics. My second degree, I read law, LLB, University of Ghana, Legon. After it, hey, what is going on here? Senior,
Please,
what is going on here?
please, take a seat.
What is this?
Please, you came here for the teacher.
And what is that?
Are you here for the teacher, please?
Yes, I'm here to see the teacher, but
Please.
what is all this?
He has visitors. Please sit down. Please, you
Sit
can
where?
sit down. You can sit.
No. What is going on here?
No, please.
See, relax. Let me tell you something. This is the reason why I have dedicated my life to learn.
Okay.
All my life.
Okay.
For about 20 years, I have been in schools researching so that I can educate my people in Ghana.
Okay.
What is all this nonsense?
Okay, please.
Give me the chance to talk.
Professor.
Where is the teacher? Call me the teacher.
Professor, please. You
Let
came
him
here for
come
the
in right
teacher.
now. I need to tell him something. All this nonsense must stop.
It's
What
okay.
is going on?
It's okay. Please sit down. Please sit down.
Let me tell you something. Before we leave here, everyone will give their life to Christ. Amen. It must happen. Amen. There should be repentance.
I have an appointment.
Yes, he has an appointment to go and teach nothing.
Do you serve appointment? People are waiting.
To go and teach
The teacher is
nothing.
coming.
Do you serve
And so
To
the
go and
teacher will
teach
be with you
nothing.
soon. Okay, okay, the
What's
teacher will
the
be with you
importance
soon.
of, you see,
Let's wait for this.
sometimes you give birth to certain children, they come
This is
to this world and they come and
There's nothing.
you start thinking, oh, why should I even give birth to such
This
children?
at the cost of their life. You regret giving birth.
Yes, you end up regretting
This is
giving
abundance
birth
in family. This is just
to such a child. How can you give money? This is the God of school.
Teacher. A great one. Professor.
Okay.
That is how we are called people with great knowledge in our field. At this point, I think if I ask you, where is God, or is there a God, I think I will just be wasting time because you've already enlightened us. So I will just give you my findings because that's what we deal with. Then you tell me if that is true or not. Now, my findings are, first of all, we believe this is the world of the physicals. We are all humans. Everything that operates here has a body. The cars we see, the computer that operates, the calculator, everything we see here is physical. And so this is the world of the humans because we are the ones that are able to manipulate things around. Water, mountains, even the minerals in the earth. We are able to make it into something else. So this is our world. This is what we know. And so our findings is, if there is a God, we believe he is elsewhere. They are also in their own world because we have gone in all this world. Researches have been done over and over and over. There hasn't been any genetic code of a God. The highest they found is humans. And we have animals and trees and rivers. So this is what we believe, that we are the ones here. We do not care about if there is a God outside there. Our life do not really matter to him. He is in his own world and we are also here. But then also, as humans, when we are learning, just as we did in primary schools, we learn about religions. We learned RME. And then we learned about all those things. But when we got further into high schools and then into tertiary, then we mastered into the things we wanted to learn so that we can become who we have to become. I believe God is a concept that comes as you are growing. But when you get to a point to become a master of your own self. Please, this is my findings. Is it true?
You believe God is a concept?
Yes. That as we are growing, it comes in, but then we surpass. And then he may be there, but he's outside. We are here. This is our world.
So, what you're saying is, you are a table. Your work as a table is just to be there, people can eat on you. It is not your work to research whether the carpenter has a wife or children. Is that what you're saying? When the table starts questioning, does the carpenter has a wife, has a child? The carpenter will say, shut up and do your work. But I have a question for you. If you have a child and you never talk to the child, will the child be able to talk?
I think he should be able to talk because speech is already given to him.
What language will he say?
He will start by saying, making sound, and then imitate any sound at all.
Would it be a language?
I believe everything is a language. Every sound
Will
is a
it be
language.
human language?
There is a computer language. There is human language.
Would it be human language?
Definitely, it will be a human language since he is a human.
And he will speak with who?
He will speak to himself. He will speak to people around. Even
And you?
Yes, even me.
He will
Even
speak that language
the
with you.
inanimate things, he will speak to them. Try to call them.
Try to call them. I'm listening.
So that child will speak to everything. Even try to call the car to him. That car, come.
Okay. So you'll be happy if your child did not speak your language, but spoke his own language. Would you be happy?
It wouldn't really matter to me. I believe life is a teacher.
Okay.
The more you live, the more you learn.
Well,
So he will come to learn my language.
that is true. Now listen. When you give birth, the child is supposed to learn from you to become himself. He's supposed to become you. The child could live on his own. He may never even learn how to talk, learn how to write. He may be human, but will be underhuman. He may not have the answers of every man. He may not know how to read, how to write, how to dress, how to brush his teeth, how to change his clothes. He may have the mind of a human being, about 4.5 terabytes of brain, but never be able to use it to do anything nice. He may never understand the concepts of art. But it's fine with you. When a person believes there is no God, I just have to do my thing, the person is actually making himself smaller, because the person needs to learn from God, talk like God, walk like God. Then you say, but we can't see God. So how can I look like God? How can I talk like God? He's not something we can know. Do you dream when you sleep?
Yes, I do.
You think it comes from what?
It just comes. The mind.
From the mind.
Yes, just
the
as
mind
I
is
can
able to.
imagine.
Okay. Have your dream ever come to pass before?
Sometimes you have a feeling.
And then it happens.
Yes.
What is
But
that?
not exactly.
So, okay, maybe you. So what is that?
It's just me communicating with myself.
Yourself.
Yes.
Have you ever thought of someone, the person just appeared?
Yes.
Have you ever mentioned someone's name and then they just called you?
Yes.
Have you ever started singing a song and right there you heard it on the radio?
When it happens like that, we believe that what goes around comes around.
Okay.
Sometimes ideas travel.
Okay.
So it
So
just
there
happens.
are
coincidences.
ideas travel as what?
It just travel in the air.
As what?
You know, they say when you want to speak to God, speak in the air.
I know, but ideas they travel
So,
as what?
Somebody spoke in the air.
And they traveled
They
as
traveled.
as sound.
And then I have heard it.
Ideas traveled as sound.
Yes.
Okay, and the dreams they traveled as.
Maybe light.
You see, you're saying maybe.
So it could be light.
Okay, so should I say light?
Yes, light.
Have you seen light before?
The light we have,
Have you seen?
yes.
How many lights are there?
In the spectrum, there are a lot.
Bluetooth,
Yes.
radio.
Everything.
Do you see them?
No. But they do travel.
Were they there 2,000 years ago?
They have been there, and we, through our researches, have discovered. Now we have radio stations.
So now you're able to see Bluetooth?
Yes.
With some machines?
Yes.
So is there no God?
The point we are trying to make is there is God, but anytime you heard of a God in this world, the Christians said he came from outside.
Why
So
are
he
you
didn't
why
even
are you
have
why
a
are you saying
father
that?
here.
Why are you saying the Christians said?
They
There are so
said-
many.
Yes, so I'm coming. The Christians said he didn't even have a father here. The Muslims say he spoke to the prophet, and then he had to call him and then seclude him so that he could speak to him in dreams
Properly.
and visions. So we believe it is so foreign to us that anytime a God is manifested here, he has to come from somewhere else.
Okay,
So it is not us. We can also by our own means survive and do everything we want to do here. Just as we are making computers and robots and everything.
you believe God is a tool.
Yes.
You believe God is a tool.
So if he comes and then he uses you, fine. But
No.
whilst I'm here, I'm making my own
you
researches.
you
and
are
I
not
can
saying
do
God
it.
uses you. You say you use God.
I'm just
I
trying
know,
to say.
I know. So when God connects to somebody from a high plane, then he uses the person for something. So probably God is not from here. God is not human.
It's not human.
It's not for men.
They come to just interrupt what we are doing. So let's just stay focused.
So what
and
is
do
God?
we
What
do.
is God?
We believe he is not in our spectrum. He's not in our world, and he should be kept to where he is.
How do you know
Whilst
this?
we do our own thing.
How do you know he's not in our spectrum?
Because anytime they came here, we heard of them. The way they were born is different. The way they manifested is
Okay.
different.
Anytime any person said they
They
heard from God,
Yes.
it was different.
Yes.
Okay, so there's no God. Or he's too far away. He's
too
not
far
here.
away. He's not in our world. So if a man chooses to do his own thing and not bother himself to worship that God, that
Do you
person
know-
should be left free.
There's a blind guy. This blind guy lived in a room. He couldn't see anything. So he started making assumptions that everything is just touch and hearing. And then his eyes started seeing, but he could see things very little. And started assuming that whatever is around him is too foreign. Do we say there is no God in this world? Or we say we do not have the right apparatus as a scientist to see if there is God in this world? Because it does. I don't think you've seen everything in this world.
Personally, I have not seen everything, but that is the reason why we set up schools. So
To
that
learn what?
other people's findings. Other people have done what I have not been able to do.
How,
Other people have
how
traveled
long have
outside
there
the
been
world.
schools?
Other people have traveled outside the world to space, to moon, and they have brought their findings.
Have you been there?
So I learned them.
Have you been there?
I haven't been there personally.
Have you seen space?
I haven't seen space.
Have you seen the moon?
My only concept is what I see in the night when I look up in the skies.
But you believe what they are saying.
Yes. As far
So you have
as
a prophet
revolves.
you believe in. You have a prophet you believe in.
And that is the human world. That is just science.
No, it seems you. And this, can you build this?
Yes, we built it.
Can you?
I cannot build, but I have what I can build.
You have someone that can do that. Can you build an eye, the light?
The light. So if I focus to say I'm going to build a light,
You will build a
I will
light.
build a light.
But there's someone in your faith that can do this.
Yes.
So what do you want to know about God?
So my point is, if there is God, fine. He's in his own world. We are in our world. So
and,
let's do what we do.
Do you have people, do you have people in your faith that can suspend in the air? Can you suspend in the air?
No, sir, not yet.
But people can do that.
People, most of them.
You, in your faith, do you have people that can heal blind eyes?
Yes, please.
Can you do it?
Not yet.
You, in your faith, do you have people that can suspend in the air?
Yes, please.
Can you do it?
Not yet.
So, I'm asking again, are their gods far away from this world?
Yes,
And
they are now learning.
so,
Mine is easily to learn
by what
because
means?
it's just those with facts and figures. If you do it, you achieve the same results over
and over. So, I'm thinking you got it all correct in secondary school. Did you?
No, I didn't get it all.
Why is it that you're supposed to get the same answer, but most of the people in your class got it wrong?
Because they didn't learn. Some learned, but could not commit it to memory.
So why are you saying yours you get the same answer over and over, and they will not get the same answer over and over?
Because whenever you put atoms
Together, you should get the same answer.
Same.
You think you serve science, you believe it's God, you believe he's all powerful, you believe every other god is false but science. You believe a person should devote himself to learning from it, studying it. That is faith. You are just another faith, like a Muslim that thinks everybody should call Allah God, or like a Christian that thinks everybody should call Jesus God, or like a Buddhist that thinks only Buddha is omnipotent. So no one burdens you with your sins. In your faith, your sins are cured by good living. That is your faith.
Sure.
So when you die, what happens?
That was going to be my next question.
Your faith doesn't answer it.
It hasn't gotten answers yet.
So it's waiting for next prophets to come and explain. Scientists. Okay, so that's okay. So your faith is waiting for scientists to explain what happens when you die.
Exactly.
Where do we come from when we are born?
Yes.
Your faith doesn't have those answers,
Those are the ones we do not have yet. That's why we came to you, great teacher.
but their faith has it.
Their faith has it.
But yes, it's
Some
wrong.
of them,
Because your faith can bring cars,
Yes.
and their faith doesn't bring cars.
cars.
But their faith can give you eternal when you die, but your faith cannot.
yes. So we want to know, if we follow this path, what becomes of us?
When you follow your path, nothing becomes of you. You believe in nothing, so you be taken to nothing. You will decay and rot like nothing, because you did not matter. What that existed was your body and the physical world. You gave your soul to the permutations of the universe, so you will become it. But if you focus your soul on believing in something after this world, your soul would find a place outside this world. Is it wise to say that there is more than there is not, or to say there is more of that which is not than that which is? Which one? That we see and that which we do not see, which one is more?
That which we do not see is more.
In this world, do we know more of it, or we do not know more of it? This world,
With all the discoveries,
the knowledge of the earth, the research of the things in the earth,
I think there is still vast knowledge to
make it a percentage.
Scientists haven't gotten anywhere yet, but we are still discovering. So maybe 5%.
5%. I think you are overestimating.
Even that, yes, I think. But I'm just bringing it in because
So
of.
why do you say there's no God in this world?
So I just gave you my deductions and I said, tell me if I am right or wrong.
I would answer you if you're able to build a car, you yourself. If you're able to build a plane, you yourself. Or if you're able to create a plant, you yourself. Clone a seed, you yourself.
He personally.
He personally.
Okay, so those with a religion, can they also build the car?
They have what they are using their knowledge for. They don't build cars, but they do something else.
Okay, so this is what we are using our knowledge for.
No, you guys specialize in cars and houses
Yes.
and planes.
Okay, so
What they specialize in, their soul after death.
that is, you have answered it for us. You're asking us, can we do that? And you just answered, that is what we are specializing in, so we can do that.
We can't do it. You can't do that.
I can't do that.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can't
they
do
They
it.
cannot do it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. The Muslim, when you die, are you afraid of where you are going? The Christian, when you die, are you afraid of where you are going?
No, please.
Do you know where you are going?
Yes, please.
You have faith in where you are going?
Yes, please.
The Buddhist, when you die, do you know where you are going?
Yes, please.
Are you doubting about it?
No, please.
By you?
I don't doubt about it because I don't burden myself as to what happens after death.
Okay.
I came in, I'll die, and I'll go.
Because
our name remains. We get the
what
reputation.
name?
Yes, if I'm able to achieve something, my name remains
okay,
forever.
okay. So they focus on their soul after death, their soul before death. You focus on what you do in this world. And so when you die, you are nothing outside this world, which you are fine. So what was your question? I want to know.
My question is, so shouldn't we be left to do what we do?
Is
Or
anyone
are
stopping
we
you?
wrong if we see humans as the gods here, as it were?
I thought you did not believe in God.
If we are the highest, if we call the because in one of your answers
Yes.
you said it's like the particles there are particles of God in everything, but then the ones with the highest amount is what we call God.
Okay.
So
to
if-
them.
Yes,
to
to
them.
the fetish. So if we humans have the highest intellect, and
What
everything,
made you understand that?
because we are the ones able to manipulate things here
Which things?
more than the animals.
Which things? You only manipulate plants
Yes, we manipulate
and
plants,
metals.
metals,
and what again?
and all the minerals in there.
I heard there's a virus out there.
Yes, right now, Christians are praying to God,
Are
but
you
they
sure?
still look forward to scientists to come up with a cure.
Are you sure Christians are praying to God?
They are praying, but they are still looking up to scientists to come up with a cure. They still use the president speak of the sanitizers and the nose mask more than pray to your God.
Is
for
the
cure.
president a Christian?
That is what they are ascribing to.
Is the president a
had,
Christian?
They had the option. They had the,
Is the president a Christian?
yes, some of them are Christians. Most of them.
The president
Yeah, the president.
is a Christian.
Yes, he's a Christian.
And what does he say on Islam? Can he come out and say anything against Islam?
He hasn't come up.
Can he?
Well, he can, but then he hasn't.
That's a Christian right. Gives him power to say something against Islam, like Jesus is God. Can the president say something like that?
The president can say it,
Will he?
but he will not because
Why?
he is bound to the laws. That
So he's not a
governs.
Christian.
Okay. So the president is a scientist in this case.
This president is a human being.
That is why he's still looking up.
So who is praying? So who's praying?
Then no one,
So why do you say Christians are praying?
because they say they pray to God for cure. They pray to God for.
Who does the country belong to?
It belongs to the people in them.
Who leads the country? Who's the king of this country?
The president.
So is he praying?
To the scientists, yes, to us. So they should let us be.
No one is stopping you from doing what you want to do. No religion stops the scientist. Your religion is not religion. Your faith has no power. Your God is nothing. Your God is the knowledge of people passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation. And so when you leave this world, you will be nothing. But if you seek to become more than a physical person, a human being, their way is it. The same force that created the human consciousness transcends the physical world. And so whether a man likes it or not, his consciousness will not remain here, but will transcend the physical world. This is the way of man. But when you transcend the physical world, after death, where do you go? Think of it like this. When you never teach your child how to treat a woman, how to spend money, how to go up and work for himself, there is a part of him that is coming, nothing will stop it. No matter what, he will grow. Now, when he grows and he marries, what will he do?
He will just do what he likes.
Exactly. And mess the marriage. And what about his farm, his work? He's just going to get lazy. You need to prepare yourself for a world that is coming. Whether we like it or not, the human consciousness It's greater than this world. This is something your science believes.
So by this is what gives us the dreams and visions and imaginations.
This is what gives you thought. Your books, they say that there was a lot of light and then we evolved to see with it. Your book says there was a lot of sound and we evolved to hear. But your book does not say where we got understanding from, what granted us the evolution of the mind, because no creature has it. So God is not a concept we can say he's outside of this world, yet we feel him in this world. When everything is taken away from this world, when nobody is in this world, and one day you get up and you are alone in this world, would the fear of dark be there or it will not be there?
It will be.
When you get a baby and you make a scary face, will it fear or not?
Yeah, it will fear.
Why? It doesn't know any evil in this world. Why will it fear?
Because there's something there.
What?
Beyond the understanding, but it's
so the
able
human
to
consciousness goes beyond the human body. So who is there again? Is it just the human consciousness out there? Or there is somebody out there with the human consciousness in that higher plane? There is God. He is in this world. Whether we like it or not, we can feel him in this world. It is good for the atheists to focus their path on knowing what God is. Have you prayed before?
I used to.
No, I'm not talking about hard prayer. A small prayer. Like, please, when I go, let there be.
Yes.
And then it happened.
Yes, it happens.
What happened?
I used to believe it's my faith, my optimistic idea that should work for me, because if I don't believe it will come, it won't come.
And that faith is something you can find in your heart. That is something science can explain.
Yes.
Faith.
Like somebody giving drugs and then believing once I've taken the drugs.
Is there something science can explain?
Yes.
It's called
science,
placebo.
Yeah, placebo effect.
Can science explain where is it found in a person? Is it in the blood or something? Where is faith? Where does it stay? Okay. So if your consciousness rules this world, why can I imagine a butterfly with human legs when it doesn't exist in this world? If faith is not something we can find in this world and yet still exists, why do we have it? There is definitely something else apart from us. You may not call it God, but there is God. Your science, the one you serve, is not God. What you serve is actually the universe and its magnetic force. The way the universe moves things around. It's called science. It is what these people in their life call the light bringer, the one they call Lucifer. It is the first light a human being gets. It is the knowledge of physics. Science, it's the first light that comes to the human being when he's born, the ability to use simple skills, like when I push it comes back, when I go left that won't happen. But then the light begins to grow, then it begins to grow. So when you say, oh, I'm a good crawler, I can crawl on my knees, I can crawl from here to here, I can even dance while crawling, I can sing while crawling. What do you think? Is that all to life? You need to learn to walk and to run. Science is the beginning, since the universe does not do science all the time. There is this planet out there older than the universe. You can research it. How? Your people said it. The universe is supposed to be 14.5 billion years. This world is greater. It's 13 point something. This world is about 14.5 billion, and the universe is supposed to be 13. So how does it exist? It shouldn't be. The universe does not just use science as we understand it. there is higher science, what we call the supernatural or the metaphysical, and they study it, and you study the lower form. So yes, there is God, but he is in this world. He's not far away. For example, there may be a way that you will sit down and meditate and maybe tweak your mind to be able to see Bluetooth. It does not mean Bluetooth is something that is far away. It is just that because you do not have the apparatus to get in contact with it, there are so many things you need to put together to be able to witness it properly. It doesn't make God too far away. He is just here and so advanced for the modern man that we need to do a lot of things to be able to get in contact with him properly. But then there are times where that advancement is able to take a physical form and manifest to us and guide us on the way. It doesn't put him too far away. He's closer than you think.